Hi students, Cynthia Nitch here. Wanting to go over the navigation in SAP Systems case study. It's not due and it's not for a grade, but this is very important for you to understand the navigation because it will help you throughout the semester. So these are the things that we're going to go through today, and this can be found on Google Drive, but you have access through Canvas modules to get here. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to minimize this and I'm going to open up SAP Logon from my desktop, and I want to go to Bremen, and I'll choose my client. Our client this semester for Global Bike is 265. Okay, so here's that initial screen of Global Bike. And here is the SAP menu that's always up here. And this is an application toolbar based on whatever screen you're on, okay? And this is your kind of tree of your menu tree. So if I want to go to logistics and I want to go to sales distribution and I want to go into sales and create an inquiry, I would click there. All right. So I would like to change some settings on this, particularly these icons. For a beginner, it's kind of hard to know what each one of these icons is. So it might be better if I actually put them in as words. So I need to go to More here. If you don't have this screen the way I do, your More button might be over here and it might look like a gear, okay? So here we go, settings, options, and what I want you to do is just make sure that your theme is Belize. Obviously there's other themes, but I'm recommending that you do this one because it carries over to a Mac as well. And this way, all my screenshots and some of the case studies are based on Belize theme, and then hopefully when I help you, that you'll have Belize theme so we can kind of really get into what's wrong and not just kind of navigating what kind of theme you have. So here you go. Here's a little check mark to add those texts to these buttons here. And I can click apply and OK, or I can just click OK. So that's not going to show up unless I exit and then get back in it. And there you go. Here are the words for this window. Okay, so let's move on. So the next thing I want to do is these transactions here have transaction codes. And sometimes knowing a transaction code might be quicker or easier than actually going to a tree or this menu tree. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. If I go to logistics, and I choose material management, and then I go to inventory management, environment, and I want to find stock overview, okay? So you notice that there's no transaction code here, and we're going to set that. But if I double click on stock overview, it'll open, right? And you notice that that transaction name is MMBE. So if I knew that it was MMBE, I can exit out. Don't X, because that'll close you out of the system. So I'm going to exit out, and I'm going to type in MMBE here, and then you'll see that'll take me there, right? Stock overview. Okay, so I'm going to exit. I just wanted to show you that. But if I need to get to know what these are, right? So I actually could go into extras, into settings, and choose technical names, and then press the little check mark. And then when I now go to those, I can see them. I can see the transaction codes. See them here? So once you get used to it, you can just type those transaction codes here, or we can set them as favorites. If you find yourself using some of these often, we can set them as favorites here, and I'll do that in a little bit. So that's those two settings that I really want you to get used to. And then I want to move on to showing you how to create a new page while you're on an existing one. So let's just say I'm in MMBE and I filled out all the stuff that I need to get done, and I want to move on to like a sales order, but I don't need to exit and then go to the phone tree and all, or not phone tree, but that's funny, in the menu. I can actually type it here and have this window replaced with what I want to see now. So if you want to do that, this is kind of like when you kind of get used to the system, just do \n and then type in the new transaction code you want. And that means you'd have to know the transaction you want. This is a sales inquiry. So if I press enter, it's going to replace my stock overview and give me a sales document. So that's kind of how that is. I don't know if you guys will ever use that, but it was in that case study, so I wanted to make sure you saw that. That's it for this video. I'm going to move on. There's a second half to this video, but this is it for this one. Okay, thank you.